Welcome in, everybody. Ready for a deep dive? Today we're going to explore this book, Spooky Success by John Gold, especially that first chapter.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
So Gold, he kind of kicks things off with this idea that we're all made of stardust,
Yeah.
like literally remnants of supernovas.
Right. Kind of puts things in perspective, huh?
Totally. I mean, think about all the stuff that had to happen for like billions of years for us to be here.
Yeah, it really highlights that whole interconnectedness thing Gold's talking about.
Right. Like we're not just physically made of the same stuff, but every little thing we do is part of this huge chain reaction.
Totally. And he's got this example. Imagine someone just born today who's going to, impact your life way down the road. Maybe they'll write a book that changes how you think.
Or invent some gadget you can't live without.
Exactly. Or even something totally random, like they shake out a rug and it sets off this chain of events that leads to you meeting your soulmate. Like, who knows?
The butterfly effect, cosmic addition.
Exactly. And Gold, he traces this idea of looking to the unseen for guidance all the way back. Like, think about ancient rituals, trying to figure out what the gods wanted or what the future held.
Like they knew there was more to it than what they could see.
Yeah, totally. And speaking of systems that rely on the supernatural, Gold brings up a pretty interesting example, the Vatican.
Right. Now, whatever your personal beliefs are, you can't deny the Vatican is a huge global institution. And their whole sainthood process based on miracles.
It's kind of wild when you think about it, right? You have this super structured political organization, but they're totally acknowledging, and even depending on spooky stuff for big decisions, like, where's the line between secular and supernatural?
Yeah, totally blurs it. And Gold's not saying, like, run out and pray for miracles. But maybe, just maybe, there's more to these unseen forces than we think.
Right.
And maybe being aware of them is the key to tapping into them. He even suggests that the Vatican is practicing spooky success on a huge scale. Have you ever had like a moment of inspiration out of nowhere? Like a sudden idea or a hunch that turned out to be right?
For sure. All the time.
Right. And those kind of spooky experiences, they actually can affect our lives. Gold calls it like tapping into energy patterns.
Yeah. Think about the placebo effect. Studies show what we believe can actually change our bodies and minds.
It's like our thoughts can become self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yeah, for sure.
And Gold takes it even further. He talks about religion. Like most major religions, they're all about this interaction between the physical world and the, I guess, non-physical.
Yeah, from guardian angels to, divine intervention. It's a pretty powerful idea that we're not alone in all this.
Right, and it gives us a way to think about things like purpose and destiny. Even if you're not religious, lots of people want that feeling of guidance, like there's a bigger plan. So, okay, we've got this interconnected universe, maybe with unseen forces messing around. And our beliefs, maybe they can actually shape what happens. But here's where Gold really gets you. Just knowing about this spooky success isn't enough. You got to take action.
He compares it to that little red light on your car's dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that feeling that something's off, you're not quite living up to your potential.
Right.
Ignoring that feeling, it's like ignoring that warning light. Eventually, something's got to give.
Totally. Like when you feel drawn to something, but you talk yourself out of it because it seems risky.
Exactly. Gold says pay attention to those nudges, trust your gut, and take the leap. He says knowledge without action is like a car without an engine. It looks cool, but it ain't going anywhere.
Makes sense. You got to put it into gear.
Yeah, it's like that whole thing, the universe rewards action, you know? Gold's not saying we should just sit around waiting for miracles.
Right.
He's saying get out there and make stuff happen.
But, okay, there are like a zillion self-help gurus out there, all promising the secret to success. What makes Gold different?
Well, he admits there's no magic formula. He's not giving you some get-rich-quick scheme.
Right.
He's saying, look, think about how your actions, like what you actually do, and these kind of spooky forces might be working together.
So it's less about following a bunch of rules and more about being aware of yourself and what's going on around you.
Exactly. It's like tune into your intuition, notice those weird coincidences, and be open to the possibility that, well, there's more to reality than what we see.
He uses that car engine analogy again.
Yeah.
Like we all have this internal engine, this drive, this sense of where we're supposed to be going. And sometimes it's like that warning light, you know? Something feels off.
You get that feeling you're not where you're supposed to be.
Right. And Gold says that spooky success, maybe that's the key to getting back on track.
Makes sense.
So trust your gut, pay attention to those nudges, and get moving towards your goals.
Yeah, and realize you can create your own luck. You can shape your own destiny.
And this is where it gets interesting. Gold says even tiny actions can have a ripple effect. He uses a pretty crazy example, that asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs.
Yeah, he says maybe some other little asteroid bumped it off course millions of years before, like a cosmic domino effect.
Whoa. So the choices we make now could have huge consequences down the line.
Exactly. We're all connected, and what we do has consequences way beyond what we can imagine.
Gold even says some of the stuff in his book might seem kind of creepy or unsettling, He tells stories about how these unseen forces show up in people's lives.
Yeah, he's not trying to scare you. Just open your mind to the possibility that there's a whole lot more going on than we realize.
Like we could be surrounded by stuff we can't see or understand,
Yeah.
but that's affecting us in big ways.
Right.
And speaking of seeing things we didn't realize were there, Gold talks about how awareness can help us tune in to these forces. He compares it to, like, a radio receiver.
Like, the energy's all around us, but our awareness is the antenna that picks it up.
So it's not that these forces aren't there, we're just not tuned in.
Exactly. Gold says be more mindful, pay attention to what's happening around you, and you'll start noticing all these little hints and coincidences you missed before.
Like those gut feelings, those flashes of inspiration, those random events that seem too weird to be random.
Right. Pay attention to that stuff, and you can start aligning yourself with the flow of the universe, create more opportunities for that spooky success.
Sounds like he's saying we need to be more intuitive, go beyond just logic and reason, embrace the mystery.
Yeah, totally. He's not saying forget hard work and self-improvement, but maybe there's more to it.
Like using your intuition, being open to chance encounters, maybe even a little bit of spooky help.
Yeah, it's about balancing your head and your heart, the things you can see and the things you can't.
And Gold talks about religion, too, how it plays into all this. He says most religions, at their core, they're about the connection between the physical world and, well, whatever's beyond that.
Right. Angels, guardian spirits, that kind of thing. The idea that we're not alone, it's pretty comforting for a lot of people.
Yeah. He doesn't shy away from that stuff, even though it might seem a little out there to some.
It's like he's saying, hey, maybe there really is more to reality than what we can see and touch.
Like, there are forces at work that we don't understand, but they're influencing us all the time.
Yeah, and even if you don't follow a religion, you can still tap into those unseen forces.
Wow.
Gold talks about energy patterns, intuition, synchronicities, that kind of thing. It's all part of like this metaphysical realm.
Right.
He says, pay attention to those moments of inspiration, your gut feelings, weird coincidences that seem to point you in a certain direction.
Like signs from the universe, little nudges from your higher self, guiding you along the way.
Yeah, and he even gives some practical advice on how to be more aware of those signs.
Like what?
Meditation, mindfulness, spending time in nature, anything that quiets your mind and helps you hear those whispers from the universe.
Makes sense.
It's like he's saying, create space in your life for the unexpected. Let go of the need to control everything and see what happens.
And then, when you get those insights, take action.
Right. He says, knowing something is only useful if you actually do something with it. Get out of your comfort zone. Take a leap of faith.
What's the small step I can take today to move toward my dreams? That's a good question.
It is. Break down your goals into small steps and celebrate every win along the way. He also talks about being persistent and resilient,
Yeah, it's not always going to be easy.
Right, you're going to hit roadblocks. But he says, see those challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. It's all part of the journey.
It's not about reaching some finish line. It's about becoming the best version of yourself along the way.
Exactly. He also talks about limiting beliefs, how they can hold us back.
Like when you tell yourself you're not good enough or you can't do something.
Right. We're all capable of so much more than we think, but those beliefs can really trap us. He says, identify those beliefs, challenge them, and replace them with positive thoughts and affirmations.
It's like, I am worthy, I can achieve my goals, that kind of thing.
Exactly. You choose your thoughts, and your thoughts create your reality.
Powerful stuff.
He says, focus on what you want, picture yourself succeeding, and believe in yourself. When you do that, you start attracting the right people, resources, and opportunities.
And maybe a little spooky luck, too.
Maybe. Now, Gold doesn't just talk about the good side of spooky influence. He also talks about how some people blame bad stuff on supernatural forces.
Like if something bad happens, it's because they're cursed or something.
Yeah. He brings up the Nazis and their obsession with the occult. It's a reminder that any kind of power, no matter where it comes from, can be used for good or evil.
That's a good point.
It all comes down to intention. If you're going to tap into these unseen forces, be mindful of your motives. Make sure you're using your power for good.
So it's not just about getting what you want, it's about contributing to something bigger than yourself.
Right, making a positive impact, using your spooky powers to make the world a better place.
He keeps coming back to that interconnectedness thing, how we're all part of this big web.
Yeah, like that example with shaking out a rug. Something so small can have huge, unexpected consequences.
It's kind of mind-blowing. We're not just individuals, we're part of something much bigger.
And that ties back into spooky success. When you put yourself out there, take action, and engage with the world, you open yourself up to all sorts of possibilities.
You create opportunities for serendipity, those meant-to-be moments.
Exactly. Let go a little and let the universe do its thing.
It's empowering, We have more control over our lives than we think. And even small actions can make a big difference.
He says we're not just watching life happen, we're creating it.
And by embracing the unknown, taking risks, trusting that everything's connected, we can achieve incredible things.
It's about believing in something bigger than yourself, tapping into that universal energy.
Now, Gold also talks about how traditional success strategies fit into all this spooky stuff.
He says hard work, dedication, persistence, that's all still important.
Right. Got to put in the effort.
But he thinks those traditional approaches can be even more effective when you add a little intuition and spooky perspective.
So balance logic with your gut feeling.
Yeah.
Be open to the unexpected.
Yeah, don't ditch the tried and true methods. Just blend them with a more, holistic approach.
Best of both worlds.
And he really emphasizes aligning your actions with your beliefs. When you're passionate about something, when you believe in what you're doing, you tap into this energy that's way bigger than yourself.
Okay, so that's where the spooky stuff comes in.
It's like when you're really living your purpose, when you're in that flow state, you become this channel for some powerful energy.
Find what lights you up, what makes you feel alive, and go after it with everything you've got.
Exactly. And when you do that, you'll not only be successful, you'll feel truly fulfilled.
True success isn't just about achievements. It's about living a life that's true to you.
Find that balance where hard work meets inspiration, where logic meets your spooky heart, and you become unstoppable.
Love it. He also talks about failure, how it's part of the process.
Yeah, everyone messes up sometimes. It's inevitable.
But it's how you react to those setbacks that matters.
He says, see failure as a chance to learn, to adjust your course, to come back stronger. It's not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey.
I like that. It's about having a growth mindset, believing you can always learn and improve.
Exactly. Every experience, good or bad, is a chance to grow. And remember, even the most successful people have failed lots of
You
times.
just kept going.
Right. Learn from your mistakes, find inspiration in the resilience of others, and keep moving forward.
Gold also talks about having a support system, surrounding yourself with people who believe in you.
You don't have to do it all alone. Mentors, coaches, friends, family, people who support you and push you to grow.
A team of cheerleaders.
Yeah, and be that person for others too. Share your knowledge, lift each other up, create a more supportive and collaborative world.
Like we're all in this together.
Exactly. We can all achieve so much more when we help each other. True success isn't a competition. There's enough for everyone.
Celebrate each other's wins, find inspiration in their achievements, believe in a world where everyone thrives.
It's about abundance, not scarcity. Collaboration, not competition. Connection, not isolation.
It's a beautiful vision, a more fulfilling and harmonious world for everyone.
Yeah, it's like we all rise together, Support each other and everyone benefits.
Now, Gold also talks about trusting your intuition. That's part of this whole spooky success thing, right? It's like that little voice inside, that gut feeling that says, maybe not, or this feels right, go for it.
Exactly. Gold says your intuition is like a compass, and the more you listen to it, the better it gets.
But it's tough, right? We're told to be logical, to think things through.
Yeah, we're taught to ignore our gut, think it's not reliable.
But Gold's like, hey, challenge that. Start paying attention to those nudges, see where they lead.
Try it out in small ways. Make a decision based on your gut. Or just notice how your body feels in different situations.
Like practice makes perfect, but for intuition.
Right. Build that trust. Learn to tell the difference between fear and real intuition.
And then there are those synchronicities, those weird coincidences that seem to happen at just the right time.
Yeah, Gold doesn't think they're just random. He sees them as signs, little winks from the universe telling you you're on the right track.
Like when you're thinking about someone and they call you, or you need an answer and bam, it just appears.
Exactly. Pay attention to those moments. They're like breadcrumbs leading you towards your spooky success.
He says the more you notice them, the more they happen. Like you're attracting those coincidences.
And they're not always obvious. Be curious. Look for the magic in everyday life.
Like connect the dots, see the patterns.
Trust that the universe is working for you, even when you don't get it.
Okay, and once you see those signs, what then?
Gold says take action. That's how you make those insights real.
Right, you got to do something.
It's not enough to just have the ideas. You got to put them into practice, take a risk, step outside that comfort zone.
And the universe rewards action, right?
It does. The more you act on your intuition, those spooky insights, the more good stuff comes your way.
Gold also talks about being positive, which a lot of self-help people say, but he takes it a step further.
Yeah, he says your thoughts are super powerful, like they actually create your reality.
So if you're always thinking about what you don't want, you're going to get more of that.
Exactly. Focus on the good stuff, what you're grateful for, believe in your dreams.
Affirmations, visualizations, surround yourself with good vibes.
Create a space where you can grow and succeed.
And he's big on embracing the unknown.
Yeah, life's full of surprises, and the best stuff happens when you let go a little.
Don't try to control everything. Trust the universe has a plan, even if you can't see it.
See challenges as opportunities to learn, setbacks as temporary detours.
Be flexible. Roll with the punches.
Trust that you're being guided, even when things are uncertain.
And that leads to inspired action, right? Not all action is the same.
When you're acting from a place of inspiration, it just flows, it feels right.
You're in the zone, things just click.
Pay attention to those moments. Act on those nudges. Follow your excitement.
Do what feels good, what's aligned with your purpose, what brings you joy.
And celebrate your successes along the way. Don't forget to do that.
It's easy to get so focused on the goal that you don't appreciate how far you've come.
Take a moment to pat yourself on the back. Acknowledge the wins, big or small.
Success is a journey. Enjoy the ride.
And when you celebrate those wins, you build your confidence, you stay motivated.
Makes sense.
It's about acknowledging your progress and being grateful for the journey.
And lastly, Goal says stay connected to your purpose.
Yeah, we all have something unique to offer, a reason for being here.
Align your actions with that purpose. Use your gifts to make the world a better place.
When you're living your purpose, life just feels more meaningful.
So ask yourself, what am I here to do? What impact do I want to make?
And then take action, even baby steps, towards that.
Well, there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into John Gold's spooky success.
It's a really interesting look at how our choices and these unseen forces might be working together to shape our lives.
Gold pushes us to think outside the box, trust our gut, embrace the mystery, and go after our dreams.
He reminds us we can create our own luck, make our own destiny, achieve that spooky success in every area of our lives.
Hopefully this got you thinking about these ideas and maybe even inspired you to try some of them out.
Remember, knowledge is only powerful when you use it. So take what you've learned, experiment, and see what magic you can create in your own life.
That's it for this deep dive. Until next time.